All right, let's make you host. Yes, and change my view. And we are ready. Woohoo! Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie Green from the Chatham County Council on Aging. A little later than normal, but we are making it work. Technology is not always our friend. Please make sure you only do what your doctors have said that you can do. Remember that you always have to listen to your body. And if your body says not today, listen to it because it's smarter than we are, right? I was telling them this morning, I was doing the early class, and I told them that, you know, my body just felt different today, that there were different body parts that felt a little tighter, a little, you know, and we just really need to pay attention to it because it's the only body we got. Some parts we can replace, but we're still stuck with the body we got.
Yep.
So anyway, well, I'm glad everybody is here. So for our education today, we're going to be talking about coping with stress. Not that Jackie's felt any stress this morning, or that you have felt any stress this morning when you think, how appropriate is that, right? Oh, let's see.
Maybe we better skip that section.
No, I think we really need to focus on that section.
No.
Okay, so coping with stress. Stress is the body's reaction to everyday tensions, changes, and pressures, okay?
Yep.
We all know that. And stressors, we tend to think of stress as only being negative, but when you think about it, stress can be negative or positive, right? Because if you think about, if you never felt any stress to do anything, you might lay in bed all day long, right? And not do anything. If you didn't have an upcoming special event coming up, you may not get yourself to do more than you're currently doing, right? So stress can be good. Let me turn this off over here. You're probably hearing me twice. I apologize. There we go. So what can happen if you don't manage stress?
Get sick.
You get sick.
Or
That's
you
very,
get,
very true.
or
Especially in this environment with COVID, if you're really stressed, it hurts your immune system,
Yep.
which then makes you more susceptible, right? And so we don't want to go there. What was somebody else's comment about what can happen if you don't manage stress?
Well, stress makes you anxious.
Stress makes you anxious. That's true. And when your body gets anxious, what happens?
You
produce certain hormones.
You get tense and stiff.
You get tense, you get stiff, it throws off your hormones, right? It can create more cortisol in your body, which then can make you hold weight in your abdominal area, which that visceral fat is not good for you, right?
Well, that's why I have it there. I have so much stress.
See? I think that
Me
happens
too,
to
Mary
all
Lou.
of us. A lot of us have to deal with that. And remember back to the chronic symptom cycle, right?
Yes.
We talked about the chronic symptom cycle. And let me give you ladies one that you can look at together if you want. And I'll show one to them online. Okay. And remember with the chronic symptom cycle, let me see if I can get this show into the right place. You've got, you put one down so I can see it and then I can point. All right.
Oh,
All right. So you
Good.
start at the top with pain. But if you go down here, this says stress, right?
Uh-huh.
So from stress, you can cause muscle tension, right? How many of us have felt muscle tension in your neck and your shoulders when you feel stressed, right?
Yeah.
So when you feel that muscle tension, what can it cause? It can cause pain. And then
Right.
you're going to the immobilization and the guarding and the reduced activity, which then gets you to deconditioning, decreased flexibility, decreased strength, decreased function, stiffness, and disability, which can bring you to fatigue, can bring you to depression and anger,
Yeah.
right? Anxiety, fear, loss of self-esteem, social withdrawal. But what this symptom cycle shows you is that it's not just stress taking you just to muscle tension or depression and anger, right? When we get stressed, we can get really angry pretty quick, can't we? You've seen somebody get stressed and they get red in the face, right?
Yeah.
You can actually go from stress to any of these different categories. So learning how to manage stress is really, really important. So we need to get stress to work for us instead of against us. Thank you, Miss Ann. By learning your own body signals to stress. So how do you know for yourself that you're feeling stressed? Ann, do you want to? So Ann says she gets anxious. Lee? Okay, Lee said she gets tense and she did this. Okay, that's been my go-to. Okay. Ed, what about you? When you get stressed, what do you do? How do you know?
I get upset. I start
You
to
get
very
upset.
Yeah.
So you have an emotional
emotional.
response. Okay. Marilyn, what about you?
Oh, I start making mistakes.
Oh, you get error prone because your brain is working on something else,
Yeah.
right? So your mental processing doesn't go as well. Val and Rick, how do you know that you're stressed? How does your body react?
My heart rate goes up.
Oh, an increased heart rate. Okay. What about you, Val?
Oh, yeah.
I get short-tempered. Everything gets on my nerves.
Short-tempered.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mary Lou, what about you?
I lose my motivation.
Oh, so you withdraw.
Uh-huh.
You withdraw and you decide you're not going to do anything.
That's it.
So what we need to do is we need to know then not only do we have to learn our signals, we then need to know to act on them, right? So you need to identify what's causing your stress. You need to prioritize your activities so that you can take care of the things that are causing you stress. This one is hard. You have to accept what you cannot change. And that may be another person who causes you stress,
Mhm.
right? Or
Yeah.
it may be it may be something going on with you physically that's causing you stress, like you can't do what you used to do. And you've just got to accept that and do what you can do and focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. Yes, Ed.
What do you do to relieve stress?
Oh, so what do you do
Exercise.
to relieve stress? How important is that? So how do you guys relieve stress? Hopefully a healthy way that we relieve stress.
Exercise.
Our exercise is one of the most important ways to reduce stress. So if you start to feel stress, one of the best things you can do is just get up and move around. Go for a walk. Change your focus. Actually practice mindfulness and look at the trees, look at something, read a book. You know, if you need to read a book to get your mind off of what's making you stressed, go read a book, right? But do something to change what's playing up here, because that's where stress is coming from, right?
Yep.
It's coming from here and then it's manifesting itself in our bodies in different ways. Some days when I get stressed, I get an upset stomach.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or it'll
Yep.
start that whole digestive tract, and you better look out because I'm headed to the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh.
saying. You know, so it's a matter of how our bodies react. So, and one of the things that we can do also is we can do relaxation techniques, and that's one of the main reasons why at the end of every class we practice a different type of relaxation exercise so that maybe you can find one technique that tends to work for you. I love my smartphone from the standpoint that I have found apps on my smartphone that allows me to listen to relaxation recorded. Or you can also take and do a voice recording of yourself. You can write something out that will help you feel relaxed. Do a voice recording on it and then play your own voice back,
Oh,
which is then really powerful because you hear yourself talking to yourself and talking you through the relaxation. So you can use this as a voice recorder. Okay. One of the things you can do is you can take a few deep breaths. And then there's a stretch that you can do that I find is really helpful. Not really well, it is a stretch, but so let's everybody practice this one. Let's see if we can all do this together. It's called the rag doll. So go ahead and have a seat if you're standing. And the rag doll, you just bring your arms up to start with, take a nice big deep breath. And then you collapse down and you let your chest come as close to your thighs as you can, and you just kind of hang. Now, it tends to make me feel kind of claustrophobic because I can't expand my chest. So I like to separate my legs a little bit and let my shoulders rest on my knees so that my chest can still expand between my legs. And you let your head drop, you let your arms drop. You can take and crisscross your arms behind your legs if you want, but I don't find that as relaxing as just letting my body just hang. And because of the weight of your head, it tends to relax your neck and your shoulders. And then when it's time to get back up, I always like to be careful of my back, and I put my hands on the front of my feet and I support my lower back by walking my hands up the front of my legs. Who feels less stressed now? I do. I hope you do. All right. So now it's time to do our range of motion. And so does everybody have a technique that you're going to use this coming week if you get stressed?
Yep.
Okay. So how will you approach it? If you find yourself getting stressed, what is your plan of attack going to be this week to short circuit the stress?
Jackie.
You go to your happy place. Okay.
Yeah.
Breathe deeply.
What was that, Ed?
Take deep breaths. Breathe
Ed's
deeply.
going to take deep breaths. And what
Okay.
did you say? I didn't catch. Oh, and Anne is going to take the spiritual route and she's going to pray.
Yeah, good.
That's for me, that is one of the most effective ones that I can do, especially if I'm feeling the emotional response to stress, because then it gives me a totally different focus and I can focus on my relationship this way instead of my relationships this way that may be what's causing my stress. Okay. So that may be Marilyn.
Yes. If I am in the car and feel stressed, which I have a couple of times, I turn the radio up in my car. That's when I'm alone in the car. And I scream as loud as I can.
Oh, that's good.
And nobody can hear me except me.
Right.
And the other thing is, I don't carry a tune very well. I don't sing well at all. So the other thing is, if I know the song that's playing, I will sing with the radio.
Okay.
But it's pretty bad.
So
But-
Marilyn said she might get stressed when she's driving.
No, it's not the driving. It's the things that I have to do to get, just at home.
Right.
And I
So
get in the car and do my errands, and it's just that.
yeah. So she may feel stressed not because of driving, but because of everything that's going on in her life.
Yep.
And she has a good technique, and I have not done this one. I've done this one not when I'm driving, but I've done this other times, where she will take and she'll turn up the radio in her car, and then she screams as loud as she can. So nobody has to hear her. And she said nobody else is in the car with her when she does that.
Yeah, right. Oh, they wouldn't want to be.
But what's good about that is even with the exercise, what you're doing is you're doing something physical, because when you figure you're feeling stress, it goes back to our, you know, eons where it's a fight or flight. And your body has gotten prepped through stress to flight. And if you don't do something to let the body release some of that, it just builds. So the screaming is letting it out. The exercising is moving and getting rid of it. So that's really good. All right.
I have a lot of bird feeders in my backyard. So when I'm home and I feel stressed, I go out to my porch and watch the birds.
Oh, that's good too.
Oh, yeah.
Very relaxing.
And Ed said that he's got a lot of bird feeders in his house, in his backyard, not in his house. That would be pretty messy.
Yes.
He's got bird feeders in his backyard. And he says that he then watches the birds. So it's good that we all have something that we find that we bring relaxation. Okay, let's go ahead and do our joint check warm up. And we've done a little bit of walking. And so we're going to do a few of the exercises that we're going to do later. We can do these sitting, and let's go ahead and do our, oh, you can't see me. Let me get so you can see me. That would be helpful. Maybe. Maybe you don't want to see me today. So we're going to do a forward arm reach. Just go up as far as you're comfortable. We're going to get those shoulders moving. All right. Ooh, I had some cracking on that one in my back. You just never know. Okay. And let's do a sideways arm reach. I never know whether it's sideways or sideward. It's one of those words I get confused with. All right. And now let's do a shoulder rotator, just palms up, and your hands are going in and out. All right. Let's do some finger curls. Let's get the hands moving. All right, let's kick some sand with one foot. Get that knee working. That's cracking too. I must have eaten something that didn't agree with me. Because I've got a lot of swelling in my body that I haven't had. You know, we had that delicious chicken.
It was salty. It was
It
really
was very
salty.
salty. And I had it twice that day, and I had some last night, and I think that's catching up with me. Because I usually don't eat a lot of salt. Throw those shoulders back. Let's look over the left shoulder, straight ahead over the right shoulder. Just work on your range of motion. Center left, center right. All right, head tilt left. Keep the shoulders low and straight up, and then head tilt right and up. And we hardly ever eat out. So you've really got to watch the salt when you eat, either takeout or when you're eating out. So I know why I'm hurting now that I think about that, because you're right, Mary Lou, it was pretty salty. All right, so we're now ready for our range of motion and strengthening. So we're going to take and we're going to march in place and just march. Yeah, my good knee was sore today when I got up. I was like, this is not right. My good knee's never supposed to be sore. Doesn't have permission to be sore. All right. And now if you want to, you can keep your feet moving. If you don't want to, you can stop. But we're going to do our forward arm reach again. We're going to go up and we're going to come down and see if you can bring your arms back. But again, never to the point of pain. And let's do 9 of these. Down, 3, and down, 4. When we're up, we can think we're Superman. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more, and look at Marilyn. Oh, it looks so good, Marilyn.
Okay.
I love to know that you can get those arms up there now. It's awesome.
Here you go.
All right. And now we're gonna bring our arms up to the side and over our head, or as far as you can, but again, not to the point of pain. You can crisscross at the top if you want. Oh man, that feels good. Make sure you're breathing. 3 and down. 4, 5. And if I'm going too fast and you want to go slower, go slower. 6, 7, 8. Who can feel their shoulders now?
Yeah.
And 9. I don't know about you, my shoulders are sore. Let's roll those shoulders back. Let's roll the left shoulder, let it relax. And when you roll it, you're trying to roll it to the point where you can feel it relax. Roll the right and roll them both. All right, so now let's switch and do a few leg exercises. We're gonna do the inner thigh stretch. So you're gonna bring your legs apart. You can either put your hands inside your knees, and what you're doing is you're using your hands to push your knees apart, or you can also use your elbows to push your legs apart, but you really want to stretch those inner thighs. It's something we usually don't do very much of, and our hips can get really tight because our thigh muscles can be tight. And really think about when you're in this position, think about really inhaling deeply so that your back ribs go to the ceiling and your front ribs go to the floor. And see if you can feel your ribs separating from each other. Then exhale fully and keep breathing. One more breath. And come on, back up. All right. We're going to go back and do our knee bend and straightener. And you're just going to straighten your leg out and bend it under your chair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Woo! I can feel that thigh. Give it some love. Give it some love. It needs it, right? Other side. Here we go. Kick and pull. 2, 3, 4. Listen to your body. If your knee is saying not today, don't move it very much. Just move it through a pain-free range of motion. 8, 9. Very good. Give that one some love too. All right. Now we're going to do oh, this is different. Okay, we're going to do shoulder rotators. Bring your arms up over your head. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your elbows back to rotate your shoulder blades, okay? And then relax them in and open them and relax them. Open them. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I'm making noise in my mic when I do that. 7, 8, and 9. You know, we started doing things that we would only do, let's roll those shoulders back. We only did 3 or 4 repetitions, and think about it, we're up to 9 or 10. Okay, so everything that we're doing more of. Yeah, I like that idea, Ann. Let's go ahead and get a drink. Gonna make sure I probably need to drink more water since I had all that salt. All right. So let's see. Let's do an arm swing. And let's just kind of do 8s in front of us. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Let's do our finger curl again. Open them wide, spread them apart, together. Open them wide, 3, 4. I'm gonna put my arms down a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, now we're gonna do a diagonal arm reach. We're gonna take our arm and take our left arm on our right hip and bring it up and out. 2, like we're drawing a sword. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Other arm, right arm to left hip, and open it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's roll those shoulders. All right, let's look over our left shoulders, tall and proud, shoulders down and back, straight ahead, then over your right shoulder. Straight ahead, over your left shoulder. Straight ahead, over your right. Straight ahead. And let's go ahead and get our bands. Everybody got your band? So the first band we're gonna do is we're gonna do the rotate. We're gonna do the robot. So you're gonna have your arms shoulder width apart, okay? And you're gonna take and you're gonna bring one, keep the arms straight, and you're gonna bring one arm up and the other arm down, and you keep your palms facing down the whole time. So it's down, straight arms the other way. 2, and down. 3, and down. Try to keep the arms straight. 4, and down. 5, and down. 6, and down. 7, and down. 8, and down. Last one. 9, and down. Let's put the bands down. Okay. Let's put our arms on the back of the chair and just lean forward and relax the chest, relax the arms, let the head drop, and breathe. Come on back up. All right, we're gonna take the bands now and we're gonna switch to legs for a moment. So let's take the band and put it across the top of the thighs, right above the knees. I guess it's the bottom of the thighs. It's at the top of the knees. Huh, okay. Crisscross behind your legs.
Oh, behind?
Yep, crisscross behind. So it's on the top, you crisscross behind, and then you bring it up around and hold on to it. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to get you a longer one. I found my longer one. I can always cut you a longer one. You can trade yours in. All right, so now we're gonna do our hip strengthener, okay? And we're gonna march and pull against the band. Lift those knees high if you can. Get that resistance against the band. And try not to wobble. What I mean by that is try not to sway from side to side. Make those legs do the work. Make your core keep you up and down, okay? I'm gonna say this is 4, I think, and a half. 5. I've never counted by halves and a half. 6 and a half. 7 and a half. 8 and a half. And the last one, 9 and a half. All right. I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to say that, but that's what it is. All right. And let's go ahead and we've strengthened the top of the thighs. And now we're going to do the outside of the thighs by doing a clamshell and separating your knees as far as you can against that band and slowly bringing it together. Okay. So bring it apart and slowly together. 3, are you sitting tall and proud? And together. 4, 5, 6, I can feel this one. 7, 8, 9. Let's do one more for good measure. 10. Oh, we're such overachievers. Do the band. Okay. Now we're going to go back and we're going to do another, let me see what I got here. All right, we're going to do the rotator stretch. So what you're going to do is take and put the band on the palms of your hands and anchor your elbows to your side and your arms that are a 90-degree angle. Okay. And you're going to take and you're going to keep the right arm straight ahead. And then what you're going to do is, if I can get my hand to behave itself, I'm going to pull my left hand out and keep my elbow in against the side. Okay, so I'm bringing that one apart and then alternate and go the other way. So now I anchor the left and pull the right. And in. Pull the left and pull the right. 3.5. 4.5. 5. Wind's picking up outside. 6. Who can feel that? 7. Don't overdo. 8. Last one. 9. Put those arms down and roll those shoulders around. Now, what's good about the bands is you can get as much work as you want, okay? So if you're having a day that you're not feeling really strong, you can just pull against them a little bit. If you're having a day that says, you know what, I really can use some extra oomph today, then really pull against it and really resist it from when it comes back in. So you can really customize that to how you're feeling, okay? Let's roll one shoulder, roll the other shoulder, and roll them both. All right, now let's go ahead and do the knee strengthener. So we're going to take our band now, we're going to put them across the front of our shins, right above our ankles. Crisscross it behind your legs. Bring your bands out to the side after they've crisscrossed. Wrap them around the front of your shins and hold them between your knees. There we go. We're getting so good at that. It's almost like we know what we're doing. All right, so sit tall and proud. So what we've done so far is we've done the marching, which has worked the front of our thighs, right? We've done the clams, which has worked the outside and the inside of our thighs, okay? And now we're gonna work some more to strengthen all of the muscles around the knee so that the muscles around the knee can support the joint so that all the pressure doesn't have to go on the joint, because as we have more arthritis, we have less natural cushion in there, right? So we want to have muscles that can support those joints instead. Okay, so we're going to think about keeping our knees even in the front, even at the top, even as we're going through the range of motion. Okay, so you're going to start with the left leg and you're going to kick the left leg out in front a little bit and then pull it back so it's under your chair. And again, knees are even. 2, I have to literally stare at my knees to make sure my knees are doing what they're supposed to do. 3, and pull, because what you're doing is you're requiring activation of the hip muscles and the core to keep everything lined up. 5, and pull. 6, and pull. 7, and pull. 8, can we do one more? and pull. Last one, 9 and pull. Woohoo! All right, wiggle around the chair. Let's do a pickle jar move. Put your hands on your thighs. I'm still holding my band, and just go around the pickle jar. Yes, we've asked our torso to do a whole lot as we're doing this motion. Okay, let's go the other way. I don't know why you would wring your head around the inside of a pickle barrel, but
To get a pickle.
I get a pickle. All right, let's do the other leg. Here we go. You ready? Tall and proud, shoulders down and back, belly's tight, tailbone's tucked. Okay, and kick, knees even, and pull, knees even.
Oh.
Kick and pull. 3 and pull. 4 and pull. 5, pull. 6 and pull. 7 and pull. 8, pull. Last one, 9 and pull. Whew. Undo those bands. We're going to put those legs out straight in front of us, and we're going to give them a shake. Shake a leg. Has a different motion meaning now, doesn't it? I am just full of myself this morning. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to retire the band to the back of the chair for now. All right. And now we're going to work on our abdominals. Okay. Can hardly wait, can you? All right. So sit tall and proud. Okay. We want to make sure that our lower back is not getting tight as we do it. So we're going to tuck our tailbone into bad dog. Okay. Do a pelvic tilt. And then you're going to tighten those abdominal muscles, and we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Now, if you still felt it in your tailbone, try to tuck it a little bit more. Okay. So tuck and tighten. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. One of the things you want to watch when you do this is when you go and you take a breath, try not to go and hold your breath. Okay. Try to keep your shoulders down and back, tuck the tailbone, tighten without taking a big inhale, and then you're counting. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And think about keeping that neck relaxed. Tuck the tailbone, tighten the abs. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Tuck your tailbone and tighten. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Sorry, we had some noisy ones in the hallway. Tuck your tailbone, tighten your abs. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Wiggle around a little bit. Give your back a break. Give your belly a break. Okay, same thing, tall and proud. Relax the neck, tuck the tailbone, tighten the abs. We're at 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. I only got 2 more. Here we go. Tuck your tailbone. Tighten your abs. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. We're going to count on this, and let's go to 7. Give it a little extra push. Okay, here we go. Tuck your tailbone. Tighten your abs. And we're at 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're only going to 7. Relax. Went to 9. All right. Now we're going to take and we're going to work the abs in a different way. And we're going to take and we're going to bring our knee up as far as we can. Okay. So you're marching, you're keeping your torso up, and you're bringing, and if you put your hands there, you'll feel you're working your hip flexor, but the higher you bring your knees, the more it takes from your abdominal muscles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't tend to think as marching as being an abdominal exercise, but it depends on how high you lift that leg. And I like to put my hands in there because I can feel the muscles activating. All right. So it helps me focus on those muscles that we want to work. All right. Relax. That didn't take me having to say that twice now, did it? We all went into ragdoll. All right. So let's just wiggle around. Let's do a hip walk. Okay. Let's do a hip walk. Go to the back of the chair. And then go to the front of the chair. Can you feel that kind of release in the abs too? Kind of works them, but releases them at the same time. All right. We're going to stretch our quadriceps. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to slide to the side of our chair. The other way you can do it is you can turn in the front of the chair to the side. This one, they actually have you go to the side of the chair and have one hip off the chair. Hang on, okay? And then let that knee drop down to the side. Okay? So that's a different way than we normally do it. It's usually we're at the front of the chair and we turn to the side. Okay? As you're standing here, as you're sitting here, as you're doing whatever you might call this, try to keep your shoulders level. Try to keep them pointed straight ahead and try to keep your hips pointed straight ahead as well. Okay? All right. You still cramping? Okay, let's bring that foot forward and let's go to the other side of the chair and do the other side. Okay, let that foot drop down. Now, when you're here, oh, I'm getting a cramp in my foot. That's where I get a cramp when I do this. I get a cramp in my, the three of us here are cramping, just in case you're wondering. We're all cramping in a different place. So we're rubbing different body parts because you're missing all the fun with being here with us live. The kind of fun you don't want to be part of, probably. All right. So make sure you're tucking your tailbone under so that you're getting a good stretch. Because when you tuck your tailbone here, it opens up this hip flexor area more. So you get a good stretch here. And that gets shorter and shorter the more we sit. Okay. And try not to lean too far to one side. Try to keep your body upright. Let's bring that foot forward and let's go back to the other side and do the other side again. Okay. So Val, do you like doing it better side to side like this or turned in your chair?
Turn in the chair.
Do you? I think I do too. I think I feel a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
Make sure you got your tailbone tucked so you're getting a good stretch in the hip flexor. Breathe. Keep breathing. Nobody turns blue in my class. They better not. Come forward. Last time to the other side. Okay. Drop that knee down. Tuck that tailbone under. Yeah, this one, the foot wants to cramp on me. And breathe. Must be lack of enough hydration. And bring that foot forward. So one of the things that I've started doing, and I shared this with my 8 o'clock class, is I've started filling up multiple big water bottles at the beginning of the day, knowing that I need to drink at least that much. Because if I have one that's filled, when I start getting toward the bottom, I don't want to finish it because then I may not have any more with me. So if I have two, then I have permission to finish the first one and start the second one. So just maybe a different mindset. It's like when we talked about stress, it's changing the way this is working. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to do goalpost. Now these are meant to be done on the floor. So you can do these on your bed. And what you would do is you would be laying on your stomach, put your arms up into goalpost position. Okay. And then you would pull your elbows back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay. You'd hold it for a count of 3 and release it and pull it back again. So this is strengthening between the shoulder blades. Okay. and it's stretching the chest and release. So think about how much time you spend curled forward. This is trying to open the chest and strengthen that back so that you can keep tall and proud. Okay. This is 4. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and relax. And 5. Really squeeze them and relax. 6. And relax. We'll get a couple more. 7. Whoo, I feel that.
Yeah.
8. I can feel the difference between doing 5 of these and doing 9 of these, let me tell you. And relax. Now, let's go ahead and release that a little bit. Let's put our hands on our thighs and round our back. Curl your shoulders forward and then lift your shoulders, arch your back, push your hips back. This is cow. Do a cat. Meow. And a cow. I guess I'm a tiger cat today with my colors. I got black and orange. Cat. And cow. My son's got a cat that's a tiger cat, and it's got circles on its tail.
Yeah.
White circles that look like raccoon circles. I've
Yeah.
never seen a cat that has had those before. She's really cool looking. All right. So another one that you would do when you were laying down, and it's to strengthen, because think about all the muscles you have on the side of your back. Okay. So one of the ones you can do too is you take, and we'll do this without laying down. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach our arms up, and we're gonna reach up as high as we can and try to reach back a little bit. And what you would do is on your bed, and then release and relax. So on your bed, let me see if I can do this on this floor. All right. So on your bed, woo, my foot ended up on the cord and slid. You'd put your arms out. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. And you're lying on your face. And what you do is you lift your feet and your arms all up, because that's taking a lot of strength on your back muscles. Okay. And then relax and fly and relax. So you may have to lie crossways on your bed, because otherwise I'm not sure how your bed would be long enough to do it, because you'd probably you'd hit your headboard, or you'd hit the wall. Okay, so let's do a few of those with the understanding that we're not getting the full effect, but we'll get what we can. Okay, so put your arms up overhead, and you're lifting up as high as you can, and then lift back and release. Put them down and relax. Whew, that's hard. All right, lift up, lift back a little bit, tighten all those muscles in your back, and relax. And up. And I want to challenge you, all of you, to do this on your bed, and then let me know next week if you did it. Okay, here we go. We're at 5. Ooh, and relax. Who can feel that in the muscles in the sides of your back? Don't do too many, right? If you feel like you've done enough, stop, but we'll do a few more. Always listen to your body. Okay. 7. Last one, we'll stop at 8. 8. All right, so we're gonna do cat cow again. Okay, so go ahead and do cat. Stretch out those muscles and do cow, which is kind of repeating that muscle again, but do cat again. We're just kind of going back and forth. And cow and cat and cow. Oh, that was what they called for next was cat. They call it camel. So, which is weird. I can see cat, but I don't know why they'd call a swoop back a camel. That's weird. I don't know. All right. Let's see. So the balance we're going to do today is a different balance than we've done. Okay, so everybody go ahead and stand on up. If you need to do this seated, you can, but it's going to be much more effective to do it standing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what they call a star. Okay, so what you want to try to do and listen to your body. Again, find your focal point above the horizon. Okay, so get your eyes fixed on a point. And what you're going to do is you're going to raise one foot and the opposite and both arms and try to stand like you're a star. And then down. Okay, so let's go up again. Okay. Yep, and if you need to keep your foot out to the side, do that. But if you can lift it off the ground, do that. Do what you can. And down, and let's hold this last one a little bit longer, okay? Go ahead and just kind of wiggle because that's taking a lot of work on that hip to do that. Okay, watch that, Mary Lou, okay?
Mhm.
All right, one more time and hold this now. Let's count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, walk around a little bit. Let that hip and let that thigh relax. I'd say shake a leg, but all right, we're gonna go to the other side of the chair so we can do the other side. So this is really a balance plus a strengthening exercise when you think about it, with just how much it's taking to be able to hold that body up like that. All right, so we'll do the same thing. We'll go up, we'll do twice, 2 short ones and then a long one. Okay, so get used to the position, bring the arms up, bring the leg up. You may find one side is much harder than the other. Okay, bring it down, relax, kind of shimmy and shake, let everything relax. All right, let's go back up again. Here we go. Back to star. Now you can show off to everybody and say, see, I can do a star. And down, and then we'll hold this last one for 20 again. Okay, here we go. You ready? And hit the position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, falling, 19, 20.
Yay!
All right, wiggle around. Wiggle around. Run, kind of run with your hips going. All right, kind of coochie coo or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what you call that, but it's getting everything moving. All right. Let's see. I think we have hit everything. All right. So now it's time to do our joint check cool down. So we did a lot on our hips. So what I want to start with today is let's start with our hip motion, heel on the floor, windshield wiper with your foot. Let that relax that hip. Okay. All right. Switch to the other one. Same thing. Windshield wiper. I'm going to encourage you, especially if you do something, if you're doing something around the house and let's go ahead and put our arms out and just do some arm circles, which we haven't done that. Okay. Go the other way. That kind of releases those shoulders a little bit from doing the stars. Roll those shoulders back. If you're doing something at home and you feel a part of your body get tense, go ahead and figure out how to move it to let it relax, because that's what your body is really trying to do. Let's go ahead and sit down. And we called a lot on our feet today, so let's do some ankle circles. All right, so lift one foot and do 3 ankle circles. 1, 2, 3. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Put that foot down. Do the other one. 1, 2, 3. The other way. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Let's go ahead and do an inner thigh stretch again because we did a lot of work with the legs. All right. Put your hands on the inside of your knees and push your knees apart and breathe. Bring those legs back together. All right. And this time, let's turn to the side and we'll stretch the front of the thigh. Turn to the side, drop the one leg off, and just gently drop that leg down. See if you can get a stretch in the front of that thigh. Tuck the tailbone, breathe. Bring that foot forward. Let's switch to the other side. All right, drop that foot down. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathe. Bring that leg forward, turn to the front. All right, open and close those hands. Play the piano. All right. And go ahead and sit back. We're going to relax. All right. Oh, I need my glasses. Time out. All right. So sit back in your chair and relax best you can. Try not to have your arms or your legs crossed. Try to get even in your chair so you have an equal amount of weight on both of your sits bones. Move your shoulders around until you feel that they're even, they're level. Take a nice big deep breath and let's hear your exhale go. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. And notice yourself getting more and more relaxed. Let all your tension melt away. Now, the one we're doing today is called Healing Light. Okay, so you want to become aware of your breathing and feel the movement of your body as you breathe in and out. Breathe in slowly and then exhale. On your next inhale, I want you to think about breathing in good, clean air and exhaling out all the tension with your breath out. And allow your breathing rhythm to slow down. Feel as though the tension is being released each time you exhale. Now imagine you're in a room that is stocked with bottles and jars of many different shapes and colors. Look at the shelves and choose a container that appeals to you. It may even have your name on the label. When you open the container, you see that it's filled with a warm, white, healing light. Pour it over your whole body, or maybe just areas that are hurting or tense. Nice, warm, healing light. As it flows out, let any pain or tension slowly melt away, leaving you with a feeling of comfort and well-being. Put the container in a special spot on the shelf and notice that it is full of the healing light again, ready to be used again the next time. When they're done with this exercise, you should feel relaxed and calm, yet alert and energized. So let's go ahead and reopen our eyes. Blink a little bit. All right, sit up nice and tall. Take a nice big deep breath in and bring your arms up over your head. Exhale as you bring your arms all the way down. Exhale fully. Inhale, bring your arms up and around in a hug and remind yourself that you're safe and you're healthy. And unwind. Bring your arms back around the other way and remind yourself that you're loved, you're valued, and you're full of purpose. And relax. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
You too, Jackie, and thanks.
Thank you for being patient in the beginning when we were slow to start.